Pod 2, Episode 2 of 2, The 2. Geno.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
So are we going to call this Love Laugh Limiters or what? Because I'm down for that.
I'm down.
Should we take a vote on it?
I mean, that's 2 or 3 already, so your shit don't matter.
Well, all right. I guess, yeah.
But I mean, I gave you guys 2 weeks to figure out a name for a podcast.
I was busy.
Yeah, in jail. But
What was prison like?
yeah, what was prison like?
So I don't know what you're talking about, but
So let me give you guys a backstory about what Tommy's talking about.
we're not doing that.
No, we are gonna.
No, we're not doing that.
This is what's the word?
Hypothetical.
Hypothetical.
But no, I don't. I don't think we should talk about
I think
that.
we should.
I think we should save this for maybe after court.
No, because it's not saying that you did anything. This is something that cops falsely arrested you for that you're trying to fucking figure out and fight the case for.
This is also true.
You know what I mean? So let me put it like this. So a couple, I want to say like not a month ago, maybe it is a month ago, there was a ride in Ride of Legends, and a fellow friend of mine, good friend of mine, got involved in an accident. He ran into the back of a car. It's not funny because he broke his fibula, but it's funny now because he's okay.
He's good, yeah.
But
we can laugh about it now.
So he's going through a bunch of legal process right now because some snitch in the scene actually hit up the person and talked to the person that he ran into the back of and gave him my guy's name.
It's awesome, great.
Which is pretty sad. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
So the cops were trying to say that it was a hit and run because he, as stunt riders, whenever there's an accident, we throw people in the back of any vehicle that we can find and get him the hell out of there. So he's being charged with a hit and run, and the cops are, pursuing a hit and run, which is obviously a felony. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the cops are looking for him, but long story short, they're not pursuing him anymore because they can't prove that it was him because of the facial recognition that they use.
All right. Well, there's
so that being said, there's a video that people are trying to say was you, which obviously it's not you. Because you're 6 foot tall, so so supposedly the cops came and harassed you for no reason, and you were sent to jail for like 10 hours. You know what I mean? And for falsely imprisoning you and saying that you were doing reckless driving and this, that, and the other. But there's no proof. They don't have any proof that it's you.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know what it is that they're really trying to get at. But they even posted on their Instagrams.
Their Instagram.
Yeah, on their Instagram.
Famous.
Of, some guy on a motorcycle doing a wheelie, which is whatever. And then they have another guy in cuffs.
That's crazy.
But, I mean, I guess it's just one of those things that we're just going to have to see how it plays out.
Honestly.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like they really don't have much because
on that person.
Yeah, it's like you can't just pick a guy and be like, oh, hey, that's
you. Because I mean, Kawasaki stock colors are everywhere. I mean, you can go to any dealership and buy one that looks identical to the bike that you used to ride. They're saying that you ride this, that, and the other. But like, there's a video of another famous YouTuber right now that's going around that Colorado is going after for doing 160 on a freeway.
Hell yeah.
That, they have like 6 warrants out for his arrest, and the guy was just, if it's him or not, just riding his bike.
Which is really crazy because you say 160, right? People hear that, but then we ride like 1,000.
Yeah.
You can do 160 in like
first gear.
Yeah. Yeah, like first, second gear, you're at 160. It's when you start to get to those like 180, 190 numbers where it's
I think 180 should be reckless driving. I don't think 100 should be reckless.
Yeah, no, 100, I could pretty much just chill at 100.
No, 100%. And not even notice that you're doing 100.
Yeah, it's really not that serious. And you still have full control of your bike, depending on who's riding it, I guess. But still have full control. You could stop way before you need to.
Right.
It's not that serious.
I mean, cops, I saw a video on Instagram the other day. This cop saw a car doing like 80 on the freeway, and then he ended up doing like 160 to catch up to the guy.
Yeah, that's way more reckless.
I'm like, does that make any sense to sit there and do 180, but you're pulling over a guy for doing 80?
Yeah, no. Well, I think, what it is, it's police, they're just a little dramatic on their stuff, and then they think that, you know, since you're breaking the law, that they can go to the extreme extent to break the law just for it. It just doesn't make any sense, man. Like,
but it's funny because cops can't go to jail for going over the speed limit, even if they're in the right or wrong. I mean, I don't think there's any time for any cop unless they've killed a kid or, you know, raped somebody or something like that, blew up a school bus full of kids with a bazooka to be doing 160 miles an hour.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, because like, at that point, you're putting more lives in danger than anything. The guy at 80 miles an hour is probably he's probably on cruise control,
right?
Listening to fucking some
Nirvana.
Bob Marley, you know, like chilling, and then
6 feet from the edge,
you know, and then you got fucking Deputy Dipshit over here who's fucking putting his foot through the floor just to catch up to you. Yeah. He's cutting people off. He's got lights. He's got sirens. He's scaring everybody else on the road, but. For what?
It's crazy because I've heard, you know, that place, you know, in Las Vegas that they have a no chase policy, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's cool and all, but you guys, you know, I've heard Las Vegas still goes over above and beyond, you know, trying to catch these perpetrators that are breaking the law.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where I think it's just an ego trip for them.
I think so too. I mean, Las Vegas is a dope place to visit. A lot of people think that, you know, you can get away with anything in Vegas, and it's not true. You know, Vegas is just another tourist spot, you know, where they're trying to flex on who they catch, and that's cool for them. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. There's a lot of people that come here and spend millions and millions of dollars on trying to have a good time, but in the reality of it, you know, you're really just taking away from the locals that actually spend their tax hard dollars on paying your salary.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess in the dollar amount too is, you know, they're not gonna go after the people that are here to spend the money,
right? That
are getting completely fucking hammered, renting cars, and then jumping in the car and hitting, you know, all the
guardrails.
Yeah, they're hitting guardrails. They're hitting fucking, they're hitting people, other cars, all this stuff, and then, you know, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to find 10 drunk drivers. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could literally just sit out on the strip and be like, oh, that guy's fucking drunk.
I mean, every time I visit Vegas, the one thing that I notice is a lot of people in Vegas don't drive with their lights on at night. And that's one thing that I notice when I go out and visit, you know, from California, and I'm like, yo, there's a cop right behind you, bro, and he ain't pulling you over. You got no lights on.
One day, I was riding with a friend, and dude, we pull up to the light, and there was a cop in the left lane. We were in the middle, and he was in the left turning lane, and then we were in the middle, and there was I think it was like a Camry or some shit, right? Comes flying up, pretty much locks his brakes up, stops in the middle of the intersection, puts his car in reverse, reverses a little bit, and then stops again. So everyone at the intersection is looking at the cop like,
you're gonna do something.
This cop took a good couple of minutes before he decided on like what he should do. And we're looking, like, we're on the bikes and we're looking at him, and we're looking at the car, looking at him, and the cop's just like, fuck, I guess I have to do something.
Yeah,
like,
everybody's watching me.
Yeah, like, bitch, like, if that, God forbid, it was a bike doing anything,
100%,
he would have fucking lost his shit. He would have fucking, you know, and went after us. And then I guess he pulled him over. We didn't stick around to find out what happened. But it's like, these people are hammered behind the wheel. And because they're spending money at the casinos and stuff like that, they don't care. That's like, they're not fucking with
That's more money in their pocket.
Yeah, but you're risking way more people's lives that way. Like, how many drunk drivers do you hear about killing, like, innocent families?
Well, that's the thing. Like, Las Vegas doesn't really show those kind of numbers because they don't want the tourism to stop.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You know?
And they don't want that bad image and make it seem like if they're not doing anything, so they'll put their time and money and effort into other things that really don't make much of a difference.
Yeah.
But they'll let the drunk drivers just do whatever and kill a bus full of fucking nuns, and then they're like, oh.
I mean, it's not just in Las Vegas either. It's also the same thing in California. You know, they spend countless amounts of money, you know, taxpayer dollars, as far as going after the speed racers, the drifters, the sideshows that go on. I don't even think they call them sideshows anymore. They call them takeovers.
Yeah.
But, you know, stuff like that. They spend countless amount of money on that. But, you know, there's 20,000 pedophiles that are rolling around, you know, school zones and shit like that they're not spending a fucking penny.
They don't give a fuck.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me at all, you know. But yeah, man, that's the problem of the topic. Another thing is people posting videos of them riding in front of cops as a flex.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Super crazy.
So let me tell you a story. Back in 2005, you know, I know a couple of guys personally that, you know, used to get paid off of making videos, running from cops, this, that, and the other. And that used to be the source of income for them. You know what I'm saying? And nowadays it's a good way to get a first class ticket to jail.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know anyone that's ever.
I have no idea,
but you know, so a little word of advice to everybody that's watching this. If you have a video of you running from cops, cops behind you with their lights and sirens on, I don't advise you, and I'm not a lawyer, but I don't advise you posting that, because they will use that as far as posting on their own social media to try to find you.
yeah.
And one thing that we've all learned, and if you haven't learned, hopefully you won't have to learn, is that a lot of dumbasses on social media will tag the person that's riding that motorcycle in front of the cop. They will tag you in that. And it's funny because next thing you know, the cops will be pulling up to your house, pulling up to your job, pulling up to you, wherever the hell you may be, and bust your ass. And I think that, you know, if you see your boy if your boy's getting it in front of a cop, that's cool. It may get you a couple of likes, this, that, and the other, but those likes don't equal income, and that income doesn't equal to your bail money.
That is 100% fact.
You know, so if you have a clip like that, that's cool. I'm not advising you to post it, but I'm saying if you do feel the need that you need some followers and you do want to post it, I would make it a black and white video and not just a colorful video. And I'm not telling you how to get away from the police. I'm not. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm here to tell you guys how to, you know, kind of protect your ass and your buddy's ass. 1, don't tag them. 2, make it a black and white video. 3, not blur or hide the face.
But maybe wear a shiesty.
Yeah, shiesty mask work. You know, stuff like that, because it may be innocent fun. You may get a couple hundred followers out of it, this, that, and the other. Yep. But you know, in the long run, it's not worth it. You know, I've had my deal with how do you say what's it called? Reckless driving.
Okay.
So I was doing a wheelie across the Golden Gate Bridge, and allegedly. No, I already did the case. So it's good.
Okay. All right.
I was doing a wheelie across the Golden Gate Bridge, and I had a cop behind me the whole time, and I had no idea because it was undercover highway patrol. And I was skitching on the side of it, both feet, doing the old Jason Britton out of Biker Boys and shit like that.
Did you have your titanium?
I didn't. I didn't know nothing about it.
Dope.
But I was skitching off the side of it, and I was in a club at the time, and like I was just separated from the pack, and then I looked back, and there was a cop behind me, and I pulled over, and he was like, "Do you know what you're doing? You're endangering everybody's
Clearly,
life."
I know what I'm doing.
Right? Yeah.
Did it not look like I didn't know what I was doing?
Bro, this was like 2009. You know what I'm saying? I had no idea what I was doing.
You know,
but
it looked good.
Right, it did. 100%. So, you know, I got pulled over. I actually stopped because, you know, I don't run from cops. I'll pull over. Everything's legit. So I got pulled over, and the cop jumped out of his car, gun blazing and everything. And I was like, yo, chill the fuck out, you know? And so he was like, yo, like, put your hands behind your back. I was in handcuffs. I was in a club at the time. So they took a bunch of pictures of me and this, that, and the other. And like, I was on probation at the time. So I thought I was going back to jail. And I'm looking over the side of the bridge like, I wonder if I could swim with handcuffs. You know
I don't know, dog.
And fun fact, I can't swim, motherfuckers. But
you know, there was at least a couple people.
Oh yeah, people
they were like,
this nigga can't swim.
You can't
100%.
swim. You
Can't swim. Another fun fact, I don't like watermelon or chicken. But
He
anyways,
really doesn't like fried chicken.
I hate that.
We've
shit.
had this conversation about
Red meat only, and red bones only. But anyways,
he's not even black. He's actually just Dominican.
I'm black, white, and Puerto Rican.
Yeah, he's
Suave, B.
Yeah, he's pretty much Dominican. Is what he is, bro. That's it.
So the long story short, the cop was super pissed, and so you know he let me go. They towed the bike, obviously. You know, I went to court. I paid for a lawyer, this, that, and the other. Everything got dropped to speeding and illegal lane change. But nobody posted the video. Never got tagged. None of that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing that saved me from my whole, how do you say, my whole claim to fame of the game type shit. But I learned, later on down the road that not telling you how to get away with murder, but, you know, posting in black and white, not showing your face and not tagging somebody can definitely save you 10,000 freaking dollars. Because that's what I paid for a lawyer.
Yeah, that's,
you know,
definitely.
and it's cool if you, like I said, a lot of people on Instagram nowadays post for clout, post for videos, post to get some followers. That's cool. A lot of those same people don't get paid for their views on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. So I get it. You're trying to build a following off of somebody else, which, you know, I've done myself because of Stunt News, but I don't even get paid from Stunt News anymore. Like, the only way I get paid from Stunt News is through people buying merchandise. And even through the merchandise, I make the most, like $10, bro.
Yeah,
per
it's
sale.
not a big profit.
Right, exactly. So it's like, was it really worth it, you know, throwing your boy in the slammer for a video that goes viral? And especially when the actual police department posts the video. And they're like, yo, yeah, we got this mofo. And it's not even for those same reasons.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think it's because we live in a time of social media. So you just kind of go, you're like, oh, this is something cool. And sometimes people might not even be looking for the clout. It's just like, oh, this is funny.
Yeah, it's clickbait.
You know, you know, and that's kind of how, I guess that's what's.
I mean, that's one thing that's blown up on social media nowadays is getting the views. And the views, like I said, people are trying to build their platform, build their brand, this, that, and the other. And another thing that, you know, is the talking shit on social media about people or the other people and not settling the score, I guess is the best way to say it.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people have their opinions and some people don't like your opinion. And
so on Facebook, I want to say about like probably a week ago, one of the homies, his business is called Loop City, and he started what 20 I've seen other people have started in the last 10 years is a fight club. Right?
You know, actually in New York, they actually have
allegedly.
No, like it's hosted events.
Really?
It's like, and they'll throw in like boxing gloves and shit like that, and it's called it's called like Rumble in the Bronx or something like that.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. And dudes will go in there and they throw hands.
Really?
Yeah, yes. And some people get fucked up and then they shake hands after or whatever, and it is what it is.
I mean, that's how men do it.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I haven't seen it in a while. It was like one of those like summer events basically, but there was a couple of them, and it was hosted at like, I think it was hosted at like a bar or some shit, like a bar club type thing. Yeah.
I mean, that's a good source of income for that bar.
Oh yeah, dude, it was packed.
Yeah,
it was packed every time.
Yeah, I could imagine.
Time.
So this guy at Loop City, he started a Facebook group. It's basically just for stunt riders, and if you have beef with somebody in the scene, then you sign up, you know, and set a time, place where you're able to link up and, you know, get down with each other. And I told him, I was like, bro, there's been like 10 different instances where companies have, or little small businesses, Instagram accounts, whatever you want to call it, have started a scene like that, but it never goes anywhere. Because one thing that you guys need to learn about this industry is that a lot of people will talk big shit about you on social media, but won't back it the fuck up. You know, if I was a woman, I would get down with a lot of these. No, I can't say that. But you know, like, it's funny because like a lot of people will talk to shit but won't back it up and throw hands. Like, I'm not scared to lose a fight. That's one thing about me.
Nah,
you know what I mean?
I feel like, you know, a lot of people like, oh, they look at it as like, if you lose a fight, like that makes you kind of like, that makes you like a bitch or whatever. But honestly, like if you stand up and you willing to, you know what I'm saying, defend yourself, like, and no matter how many times you have to defend yourself, that's really what kind of counts. 100%. It's the heart. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's not something where you can just go into and just be like, I'm gonna win every fucking fight. You're not, of course. You're not Iron Mike over here. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, listen, like, if you're gonna talk the shit, at least have the heart to back it up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Now, if it's the opposite where you're just talking the shit and you're not gonna throw hands, then it's like,
you're a piece of shit.
Then you're a bitch.
Right.
You know what I'm
No,
saying?
I agree. Because there's like, I don't know if you saw my video. There's a guy that's actually been talking pretty big shit about me. saying that I paid for my XDL trophies, that I'm a dope fiend that moved from Cali to Vegas, and my mom and dad bought my ZX10. First of all, I don't even have a dad, so
that's the only
Yeah.
part about it.
that's it. I hope y'all believe me on that
But
instance.
even then, those are some Dominican
Yeah.
pops that aren't there. So,
Yeah,
I
what I'm
mean,
saying. But so one thing that's funny is that I dealt with this guy before. I want to say about 6 months ago. He jumped on my stunt news page and he was talking about shit like, "Yo, you're running a page that you don't even stunt ride." Now it's like, you're a bitch. You don't know my history.
Yeah, go back into the archives.
Right. But that's the thing. Like, on my social media page, I got rid of all my old videos because I just wanted to start fresh. So a lot of people think that, I'm just a kid that bought a ZX10 and learned how to fucking half-ass wheelie on that shit.
yeah, can't drop it back.
Right, which I can't.
Yeah.
So, I'm a man of my word and I do what I say, what I can do. But, so that's one thing I have a 3-minute long video of this guy talking nothing but mad shit about me.
Yeah, we've seen. I know that we've seen a few of the clips or whatever, the voice notes.
Yeah,
and he's just talking his shit,
Bro.
and it is funny, like, because a lot of the people in this industry will assume
right.
everything. Like, they see what's on your Instagram, and they're gonna base you off that. We've seen it with other instances with with me and fucking thousands. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't post anything, like everything, but like if you ride with me, like. I'll throw, what I'm saying? I can throw this bike around, but you don't see me.
Not even just that. If you ask somebody from the area that I'm from, they can let you know the history, the work that I put in to be where I'm at, to have the following that I have, and that's not a brag or boast. Like, I could give a fuck if I have 10,000 followers. Like, it's not a big deal.
No.
But we've put in our work to get where we're at. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't do their research on, you know? And it's funny because, like, that same guy, I did a 3-way with him like 6 months ago, and I just wanted to hear what he had to say about me to somebody else. Oh my God, bro. Like, I was laughing the whole time. This guy's like, yeah, he's just a dope fiend ass dreadhead that, his mom and dad bought him a ZX10 and, he got a bunch of followers because he got his CCs up and this, that. And bro, I told my boy, I was like, yo, act like you're calling me so I can jump on this call. So I unmuted myself and I was like, you motherfucker, you don't know who the fuck I am. Like, I'm part of a stunt team. Like, I've been a part of this team for almost 10 years, this, that, and the other. And the guy was apologizing. He was like, my bad. Like, I didn't know this, that, and the other.
His power. Like, where did he even get the idea?
That's the thing. Like,
it's making an assumption off Instagram.
Just all the voice notes we heard, it sounded like he wanted to say some racist.
But he did. But
his best one was Dreadhead. He's like, I think you want to go further.
But
it's
funny.
Deep down in his heart,
in the whole conversation, right? Like, we were arguing back and forth, and I was like, yeah, nigga, this, that, and the other. And he was like, whoa, bro. I'm not a nigga, bro. Like, don't say that. And I was like, all right, my bad. And then we kept talking like 30 minutes in. He was like, yeah, nigga, this, that, and the other. I was like, what?
Hey, yo.
Yeah. I was like, yo, bro. And I was like, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And so, like I said, that was 6 months ago. And then I'll never forget, like, this was 2 weeks ago. Pursuit posted a video with, doing tandem. And all I put was circle it. Because Pursuit is a straight line rider. Like, he's still working on his circles. He can do 3 or 4 circles. I'll get just like you.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying?
All you need is 3, baby. That's it.
I'll give him that. You know what I mean? But when it came down to it, I was like, yo, do it in circles. He was like, you circle. And I was like, who are you? Like, shut your fucking mouth, dog. Yeah. So that's like, we were going back and forth. He was like, anything after 2010, if you have an XDL trophy, you paid for it, it's fake as fuck, this, that, and the other. So I told you, I was like, yo, send me a picture of your XDL trophy and I'll shut the fuck up, but I'll be waiting.
Yeah.
Never got a picture of this dude's trophy. So I asked XDL because I'm good friends with the guy that runs
just
XDL.
So people who don't know, what is XDL?
XDL is a stunt competition, probably like one of the most verified stunt competitions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would think. They were big.
World, right?
They're
Europe.
Yeah,
right?
I think they've been to Europe. Yeah. Jason Braden, Kyle Sliger. I mean, anybody that's, a big name in the scene has competed when they did competitions, but nowadays there's not any money in competitions because everybody's just doing it for the clout. They're going to the fucking parking lot working on Ralph Louis.
Hell yeah.
So
I got Ralph Louis, baby.
So XDL, so just so everybody knows my history, XDL, I came in 3rd place. I lost to Kellen and a guy that was from Poland.
Yeah.
I don't know why he was an amateur. Anybody from a
And that's a
different
respectable
I was.
loss. Those
yeah,
guys.
those are good. Yeah, those are good. That's a good lineup. And then, like we've said, and actually, did we say it in the first podcast?
I don't
Yeah,
remember.
you guys did. You guys talked about UK and stuff.
Yeah, people like overseas. And
Yeah,
stuff. Like,
so, I mean,
anyone
if-
overseas is just
If that
a
dude in
different
Poland
animal.
wasn't fucking an amateur, which I don't know why he was, guy is fucking beast. But you know, it would have been second and third, whatever. So you know, I won third place overall, and then I won first place for best trick. So you know, during that whole competition, obviously, I worked for this, that, and the other. For this guy to sit there and say I bought the trophies, like, that's kind of fucking shady. So I laughed that shit off. So XDL hit me up. He was like, "Yo, so you think there would be money in selling trophies?" I was like, "Yo, it sounds like there would be."
It sounds like there would be some
yeah,
people.
but I need 2 first place so I could change out this third. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But so XDL is pretty much like they don't do them anymore, so it's hard for people to be able to earn that. You know what I'm saying, as far as holding. I don't want to say holding a stature in the scene, but that's something that is.
It's a staple.
Right, it's a big staple,
yeah.
because like I said, there's not really any competitions, especially held on the West Coast, that are reputable, that aren't just, here's a little plaque that from a company that nobody's ever heard of, or a ride or event that nobody's ever heard of. So when that guy was talking all that shit, I never got a trophy. I never saw his trophy. And it's funny because the guy wanted to place $2,000 down, saying that
yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
saying that he could outdo me in tricks. So my goal by, I don't know, Street Pilot Chad, he's doing a pilot club. He's doing a ride in March. Okay. So my goal is, I want to say first through third.
It's like Daytona.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Daytona. I don't go to Florida. Yeah, Florida's off limits for camp.
I'm going to Daytona.
You're loved in Florida, right?
They used to love me in Florida. Florida hates Cam, except for Sloppy and fucking Wild Boys. Shout out to y'all. But yeah. Florida hates Cam. But anyways,
love me out there.
Yeah, of course they love Tommy.
Yeah,
but
me everywhere.
Another story, like, so my goal is, this guy want to put $2,000, saying that he could outride me on my own bike, which he said we could switch bikes, which I don't ride Sportsters.
Yeah. I remember this.
Yeah, I don't ride Sporties. I let my sister ride a Sporty, but I wouldn't ride a Sporty.
I mean, I rode a Sporty a couple
times.
Of
course, it fits you.
I mean, listen, it looked good. It looked good.
And you rode it in Florida.
They absolutely don't.
Boom, seen it. I made it look good. All right?
Let me see you ride a Dyna the same way you ride a Sporty.
I will.
Let me see you hand drag a Dyna. I have pictures and videos of me hand dragging a Dyna in 4 days.
I mean, but everybody hand drags fucking Harleys. It's like you're pretty much.
Well, yeah, you have to. That's part of the curriculum.
Yeah. That's like.
Is that a word?
I think it's curriculum.
Now you're making my own shit.
Same shit.
Yeah.
Same.
You know what the fuck I meant.
Yeah, you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a hand drag. Your fucking the fucking flannels.
Oh yeah, you gotta have a flannel.
Yeah.
We're not gonna say any company flannel, but you have to have a flannel, some Nikes, a Simpson helmet, and Dickies.
Yeah, and that's
for
it.
Sure.
You're a Harley rider.
I mean, if you go to Daytona, you don't even need all that. You just need to show up with some lights and chrome on your bike.
Yeah, or some just chaps.
Yo, if you throw up on some fucking chaps and some flip flops and hand drag, I mean, you're half Brazilian out there.
Yeah,
100%. You're taking the game.
Wait, so back to your goal for you said the pilot ride?
Oh yeah, for the pilot ride. So my goal. I hope you're watching this too. I'm going to Colorado.
Cam's
not even. I'm not drunk.
Cam's drunk.
I'm faded. Long story short, I'm going to New Mexico in May, and I'm going to take this dude's $2,000. And my goal is to just take his 2Gs and then go to the strip club and throw all $2,000 out.
Hell yeah.
Just to piss him off. I mean, I would love to go bike for bike like Toaster and Diddy said they were going to do.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Can we go deep into that?
I remember, but somebody didn't show.
Diddy didn't show.
Yeah.
Diddy didn't show.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. But hey, no, here's my question though. So, I mean, it's been a while since you've been on
4 years.
Yeah, so you think that you'd be able to?
I know it.
Yeah,
100%.
100%. You got this.
100%.
I mean, I feel like it's like riding a bike. I mean, once you get into the groove of it.
Yeah. The guy, a little bit. I'm not even gonna say the dude's name because I'm not giving him no fucking free clout.
Yeah,
but
I don't even know his name.
Bro, I don't either. He runs. So the guy's made like 4 different Instagram pages trying to blow up by sharing New Mexico's fucking riders. Which this has nothing to do with the riders in New Mexico. Nothing but love for y'all. But this guy's made continuous pages about trying to spread support and love to all these other riders out there. But the guy's a piece of shit. Like, it's not the first time that he's run his mouth about somebody and got his ass whooped.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We seen the video. Because there's a video of him going around that, you know, he was talking big shit about one of the homies that's like a fucking 20-degree black belt jiu-jitsu fighter. And homie didn't have nothing to say to him, but guy was like, yeah, man, fuck you, this, that, and the other. Homie just walks straight up to him, puts him in an arm bar, and fucking dude taps out.
Wait, it was just out of nowhere he was talking shit?
He was talking big shit on the internet.
Yeah.
Like saying, oh, you ain't shit. You're just a weak-ass rider. You should have nobody following. Yeah, bro. Like, that's his MO. He just likes to talk big shit about riders.
I'll be honest. There are some weird fucking people out there, and they really...
And other dude just caught him at a lot sesh? Or?
No, it was actually like his ride, I think, my boy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the guy thought
he was dumb enough to show up?
Bro, but that's the thing. Like, a lot of people talk big shit on the internet and think like, oh, it's all good. You know what I mean? Let me just show up to this ride, like, and I'll talk my way out of it. Where it's like when you're dealing with somebody that's a 4th degree or whatever degree black belt,
or
like,
if you just if
a real one,
just about it,
if you're talking to a real one, like, they're not gonna let that shit slide. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you pull up to an event, expect nothing to happen, you're in the fucking wrong business. Like, you know what I mean?
I think a lot of people forget that behind Instagram, behind these bikes, there's people who had different lives.
Right. No, 100%.
You know, some people grew up really well, and then some people really grew up in these streets.
Right.
Some people only had the bike shit, but like, you know,
the bike shit is what got them
out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But they was in the streets and they was about a different life.
Yeah, and that's the thing that, you know, this guy still hasn't learned. You know what I mean? Like, you want to sit here and run your mouth about somebody that you know absolutely nothing about, because I've been riding F-Rides for fucking 15 years almost. So it's like, you really want to battle me, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you think that...
What was the headliner? Dreadhead? Is that what he called you? Dreadhead?
Oh, a dope fiend Dreadhead. Yeah. I moved out to Vegas to get sucked off by the Vegas
Riders. Yeah, I take high offense to that.
Yo, so many people in Vegas are like, yo, what
bro,
the
you really put us all in that category.
Yeah, like, bro, now everybody wants to fight you.
Yeah,
you know, so there's going to be a line in Vegas for this guy to line up, you know, and get fade. But you know what I'm saying? So it's funny that a lot of people don't think about that. They don't think, because when the first time I talked to this dude, I told him, I was like, yo, it's an $80 flight for me to fly to fucking New Mexico, beat your ass, and I'll be back before dinner.
Yeah.
You know, that's one reason why I live where I live, because flights are cheap out of here because everybody flies here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact.
I'll take Spirit.
Is he known in his section, like where he lives?
Everybody knows him to be a shit talker.
And that's how he acts?
That's how he acts.
Yeah.
And he's already got served once. You see what I'm saying?
Wasn't there 2 videos, or was it the same?
It was the same dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I think after the first ass beating, because I heard it was a lot of people were there too, it wasn't just on video. People actually saw it in person.
You could hear fucking what's her name? I'm not gonna say her name, but what's her name? Come on, guys, chill out. Like, grow up. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, shut up. Two men are doing something here.
If you're
you
not
know,
sitting at home and like, maybe I should just relax.
No, but that's the thing. Like, it's
dude, there's a lot of weird people.
So after I posted that video, right, like a bunch of the New Mexico guys started following me, and then that Sunday, the cops actually showed up to the lot and, you know, kicked everybody out. And so I asked one of the Mexico guys, like, yo, what's this about? He was like, yo, that fool, you know, called the cops and told him where we ride.
Whoa.
And so the
hell yeah. So now you shit talk, you be snitching.
And snitch.
You just,
bro, it's crazy.
I mean, honestly, the New Mexico community should take care of that.
I mean, they should, but a lot of the people in New Mexico ain't about the drama. You know,
I'm just saying, like,
which
they should, I'm not saying go over there and like whoop his ass or some shit, but like they should come out and be like, hey, listen, like, these are his pages. This is who it is.
Right.
Don't
stop supporting him.
Yeah, like if you block before following him, block him.
Well, that's the thing. Like, so the pages that the guy runs, I even like. So Pursuit, he's one that got reposted by him. You know what I'm saying?
I think his page actually reposted me also.
Right.
Story.
And so like whenever I see somebody that gets reposted by his page and adds them in the story, this and the other, I'm like, yo, we don't do that. You know, we don't fuck with that page. And then I'll send them the 3 messages that I got sent by him. They're like, oh yeah, fuck that shit. You know what I mean? That's cool. You know, I let people know I don't need to go on your comment section and sit there and blast a dude. And just like in the post that I made, you know what I'm saying? Like even the guy started posting, I restricted it so only I and him could see the comments that he made. Nobody else could.
Yeah, good.
You know, because I don't play that kind of shit. You know, if you want to talk shit to me but use my platform to try to get some clout or followers and shit like that, like I guarantee you it won't work because I'm way smarter than you at that.
I wonder if people think that that's their way of getting to the top. Like, cause I've seen it first. There was actually 2 dudes in New York, right?
Like Mophead.
What?
Like Mophead.
Yeah, like yeah,
Who the
him.
fuck is Mophead?
Mophead, fucking.
He's a dreadhead. A dope fiend, dreadhead.
The Mophead. Nah, he's not the fucking.
Oh, the one. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's that jerk. Which, by the way, he did not show up to.
He'll never show
the
up.
ride.
He'll
He
never
did
show
not
up.
He didn't get this work because whatever. But anyways, there were these 2 quad riders in New York, right? And they both blew up off just straight talking shit to each
Right.
other, and like, it was just like one of those things that everybody was following.
Like
them.
a Biggie and Tupac.
Yeah, 100% like that, and it actually ended up where
It
like,
works.
Yeah, it in that situation it worked. They both ended up getting a really big following, but it also did end where one of the dudes got fucking hit. He got hit off his bike. They took his shit,
Right.
and then pretty violent. But yeah, I guess people see it and they think that this is how I'm going to gain my platform.
Right.
This is how I'm going to gain these followers and be able to make something, especially when they make a bike page. I feel like they're like, okay, I have this platform. How do I grow it?
Right.
And then that's like their first idea, which is
Ridiculous.
stupid. Like, granted, does it work in certain cases?
Yes.
I guess, but nope. It's not a respected
Right.
gain. Like, you're not gaining these followers. Like, oh, hey, like this is a page where you want to follow. You know, like if there's somebody like, hey, I'm just getting into the stunt game. What pages should I follow? They're not gonna say like, oh, this is the good page where you should follow. You know, it's
Right,
not. They're gonna
right.
be like, oh, this is the place where this guy talks shit.
Right.
You know, like.
I mean, that's how I built Stunt News off of posting other people. You know, and
Yeah,
that's
your whole platform is news,
right.
like what's going on. It's
right.
not really
current
like,
events, new crashes, how to stay
Yeah.
out of crashes, how to avoid crashes.
it's-
Because I
it's
hope
the-
somebody can learn from it.
Yeah, exactly. It's more just kind of either clearing the air or this is what it is. It's not like you're the one going out and like, well, creating the news, or
Right,
Trying to create the problems for the fucking
Yeah.
for the page. It's like this is what
It's
it is.
too much work.
Yeah, it's a one-stop shop. This way, you want to know what's going on. Stunt News is gonna tell you.
I'll tell you, baby.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the fucking truth. I don't give a fuck.
What about Squids in the back?
Squids in the back.
Like, I heard a squid took you out recently. Are you okay with that?
Oh,
You
man.
dealing with that
Oh,
trauma
can
still?
we
Oh,
can
my
we talk
God.
about that?
I'm gonna give your name up.
Hell yeah. So funny story.
No,
right?
it's not fucking funny.
It's hysterical.
Broke my
on our
fucking
end.
tail light.
Wait, which story are you talking about?
Which story? I'm talking, wait,
Which story are you talking about?
I'm talking about the one where boom.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the other guy that the same exact light did it.
Oh,
He said the other guy.
yeah, the other guy,
Yeah.
right? So,
It's just that light, I guess.
yo, so there was this one light. There's one road within. I think it's like it was one of the lights where two of the incidents happened was the same thing where somebody went to get off their bike and whether they kicked it in gear or was still in gear, whatever the case was, and their bike
Improper maintenance on their motorcycle.
and their bike shot into somebody else, causing them to get knocked over. All right, and
That guy's so lucky I had cages on my shit.
let me tell you. So listen, if it's one thing I can say, like we'll talk shit for like squids or whatever, but everybody fucks up.
Yeah, we're all squids.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
nobody is 100% perfect. Like, do we have the knowledge? Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Do
saying?
we use the knowledge? No.
Probably not. Yeah, like everybody gets hyped in their time, in certain times, and you're not using 100% of your brain,
Right.
and shit happens.
Facts.
Shit happens,
My
and you
dumbass
have to
just-
you have to charge it to the game.
Right.
I was
But-
over there just happy at the light.
And you guys,
I'm over there. I'm like, what? What happened?
Bro,
I'm laughing right
let me
now.
tell you. Let me tell y'all this
Yeah, we're
story.
funny
Let
now.
me
We have
tell
to-
y'all
hold on,
this story.
At this point, we have to cut right now and show the clip so that
No
you
one
can.
has a clip of it.
You don't have anything.
No,
No
he
one
doesn't.
has- No one has.
You know how he films.
God,
He misses all the good shit.
Jesus. All right. Well, we have the clip of Tig, right?
Yes, he does because he
does.
said,
I know
"Hold
he
on
does,
and
'cause I
wait."
remember he said it, and
Yeah.
we haven't seen it.
Yeah.
But this is one incident. We're gonna
I
have
got the
to
whole argument beforehand when you were gassing him up too, and he was like all hype, like, yeah, fuck it.
show that.
Yeah.
Show that
So
because
we're gonna
I
split
was
right
talking
now to
about
the
shit.
fucking scene that we're talking about, and now we're back.
And
Yeah.
then just picture that, and I did exactly that.
The
Yeah.
same shit to me. To me,
okay.
I am the victim in this
I am
situation.
the
I am the victim.
I
So
stay up. At night and I
GoFundMe
think
link
about
is down below.
Oh,
When I tell
shit.
you I had a front row seat to this,
Both of them?
to both of them.
Oh.
Yes, to both. I watched Boom get off of his bike, and I see it just. I'm like, yo, and I see it just boom, just take Cam out, and it just right from there, and I was.
Your animation sucked. It looked like I went slow, but from what everyone
No,
told me,
let me tell you,
I
because
seen it all slow motion.
I was a victim of this situation. All right, so let me tell you, I'm sitting there talking to the person to my right, laughing. This, that, and
the
the
person
other.
that to your right was in the way
Nobody.
of everything.
Anyway, so I'm sitting there at the red light, and next thing I know, it feels like somebody comes up to me at like 20 miles an hour, filming Tommy doing some fast wheelie or some shit, and just plows right through me. Like
lies.
I felt like my back was broken. I needed to back out of me.
Yeah,
And
my neck and my back.
I look down, and my beautiful baby is on the ground, and I look up, and I see Boom's bike sitting there with the kickstand down, and I'm like, what? What the fuck is going on? And then me and Boom look at each other, locking eyes, and I'm like,
At first, I was like, "What did you do?"
and I'm looking at him like, what did you do? What did you do?
What the
And
fuck did you do to my
we're
bike,
both
man?
wearing shicey masks. We don't know what the fuck each other's saying to each other, and we're
Yeah.
just
That
looking at each
Spider-Man
other
meme
like,
where
yo.
he
It was everybody's point.
Yo.
And it's me just laughing like, oh my
And
god.
we're sitting there like this, like, yo, who's pulling the trigger right now? Like, do you want to fight? Or like,
And
what's
then
going to go
I
down?
look at it and I do the math. And I was like, "Oh, it's me. I'm the problem."
He is the problem.
Cue-
Looking at me.
cue Taylor Swift.
And I'm just like, yo, can I get an apology or something?
I
And
did.
Boom-
I was like, "Yo, I'm sorry." And
but
then-
that's the thing. Like, I couldn't see because, like I said, we're both wearing shicey masks. We both got helmets on. And I'm
And
like,
I think that's a dumb thing when people do that. When we talk to each other, I'm like, I can't.
I don't
hear
know
you.
what you're
And
saying.
I'm
doing
hard of
exactly
hearing, I think, and like people literally try to tell me shit, and I look at them and I 90% of the time,
yeah.
that. Yeah. And I
do it.
called them. I was like,
and,
"Oh."
and then when the light turns green, I wait for them to go because I have no idea what you just said.
Right.
So I'm waiting on. I'm following you now. 'Cause I don't know what the fuck.
I think you know something I don't.
Yeah. I'm looking around like.
Yo,
all
so
right.
me and Boom are sitting there at the red light looking at each other for like 15 seconds. Like, so are we going to fight? Is this an apology? Like,
Right.
what?
And this
Whose
dude's-
fault is this?
Yeah.
100%. Let alone to find out it was Boom's fault. 100%. So, like in the first podcast that you guys should go back and link is down below. But in the first podcast, we talked about getting your bike properly maintenance before you go to a ride.
Oh my god.
Boom's bike was not properly maintenance because he's been having a problem with his false neutral. That his bike, when he put it in neutral to film somebody doing some circles in the intersection, it like a Grom, it went back into first gear and took my back out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Got your back blown out.
it was bad.
You got
It
your
was
back
bad.
blown out.
Pause. It was bad. It
And
was
I
bad.
called him. What the fuck was that, man? Why you speed off? He was
Yo,
like,
so hold on.
I was trying to talk to you. He's like,
at
I
the
didn't
re-
hear you say shit. I was like, I promise. you.
At the
I was
red light,
screaming.
I fucking was so pissed because I just got my bike back from the shop. I thank God had my cages on.
yeah.
You did.
Yeah, I just got my bike back. So
There I go.
as soon as everything happened, I just picked up my bike and I sped off. I was doing very
Oh, I was
fast
like, do
speeds
something.
all the way
I'll Pull
home.
your dread off and attach it to my helmet as a trophy.
And I went, you should.
Go.
You should. I went home and I'm like, I didn't even look at the bike. I went and did my thing that night and Boom texted me like, are you good? And I just gave him the thumbs up. Like,
And I
I'm
was
still
just
mad.
mad.
I'm still
mad.
fucking mad.
I knew. I seen Cam pull up. I was like, "Up, he's upset." But you also use a lot of stuff to just pull off.
100%. That was a great excuse to leave.
Yeah, like
that was a
you can
perfect
sneeze.
excuse.
He was
you can
gonna
sneeze
leave
next
anyway.
to Cam
He
and
was
just
gonna
not.
leave
He
anyway.
won't
I'm gonna
like it.
scream out COVID and leave.
Yeah, he's
100%. Yeah.
leave
So
it. You just
so
want to
finally, like an hour later, you know, I know they were done riding everything. Boom calls me. You know, he's like, "Yo, were you mad?" Like, "Fuck yeah, I was mad, dog. What the fuck? It's my baby." You know what I'm saying? You hit her from the back. You know what I
And
mean?
I took it personal. I was like, let's meet up then.
Right.
hold-
So me and Boom are gonna set up a time to meet and fight, and then get tacos afterwards because that's
and
what
then
friends
set up
fucking
the
do.
podcast.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But you know what I
Why
mean?
You
Like,
mad? I was like, you sped off. I felt more embarrassed if anything.
Yeah.
But,
No.
But then hold on. Fast forward the next day.
oh my god.
The next day, I get excited.
So
And I-
check it out. So
Wait, what?
it's
You-
funny because
You
everybody
didn't see the video?
Everybody
No.
thinks it's a fucking
I
joke
hit
when
the
something
back.
happens to you in a situation like that, right? Like, oh, Cam got hit from the back. Let me pull up to Cam and just bump him in the back at a fucking red light too. So this dumb motherfucker pulls up to the red light and just starts running into the back fucking tire and look.
But I got wait. No. Hold on. So I was doing like the the little bunny hop, I guess.
You ain't got no
Whatever.
fucking bunny hops
Nah,
on
I
that
guess
shit.
the clutch pops at the light.
Yeah.
Because I was on the 1,000. I got excited, you know?
This is not
And-
sponsored by 1738.
So I got too excited and too close, and I actually smashed into Cam a little too hard.
I
And
have the video
we
saved.
have the video, and I bumped, and you see Cam just kind of like almost fall, and looks back at me, and I am dying laughing because I was like, "Fuck, I didn't even mean to do that," but the fact that that's how it happened is oh my god,
It's all fun and games until it's Tommy's 22.
yeah, you know it happens.
Don't worry, I'll get that on video. I promise y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
Fucking guys.
Fuck, I forgot where we were going with this whole topic.
Squeeze in the back.
They gotta put us in the back.
Yeah, Squids should not be in the back. They should be in the front because if you're gonna crash, I need the content.
Yeah, I mean,
well, what about? Can we say his name? Homie that flipped on the freeway.
The Superman?
No, I'm talking about for the ride that just passed. Before we
so I feel like when that ride, we'll say that ride, got onto the highway, a lot of people aren't really and
Highway certified.
Yes, and this is nothing towards the rider that actually went down because I know he's
Yeah.
we know him, we know he's a good ride, but I feel like this is like a topic for a lot of other people.
That host rides or go to
Yeah.
rides.
A lot of people are good in the streets. They're good in first and second gear. Once you get to that highway speeds now, you're in third, fourth,
Right.
and you don't have that same engine brake.
Mm-hmm.
And when shit starts happening, when you see those big crashes, and there are a lot of times they're on the highway because all these stunners who are like, yeah, I'm the shit. You're the shit in first and second.
Well, that's
Red
why they
light to
scream
red
out
light.
streets and not freeways.
That's true. Like now, if you go back to prime like big rides like ROC,
Freeways, all freeways.
we hood rides were the streets.
Right.
Then the main rides where you were on the freeway.
But
and
that's
you're-
what we need to bring back. I'm so tired of riding the same streets over and over.
Yeah.
We need to hit the fucking freeways.
at freeway speeds.
Right.
Like dudes were when I was riding and you're at 50, 60 miles an hour, and that's when you're watching people jump to fucking high chair.
That was the shit.
Dude,
Yeah.
that was like you're like, yo, that's crazy.
Right.
That's when that's when the real skill comes out.
100%.
And now you got these dudes who listen, granted, I can't move the way I used to.
Right.
So
We know.
yeah. But you got these dudes that'll jump to high chair and stuff like that, which still respected, but you gotta know where you're at.
Well,
You know
let's
what I'm
give
saying?
some flowers out. Who are some good freeway
Junior.
killers? Oh, Junior for sure.
Junior 100%.
Yeah.
It doesn't even
Yeah.
look like he's
He-
trying on the
No,
freeway.
he's
Yeah,
not.
he-
That's the thing. Like I told Junior, I was like, bro, you're a good straight line rider, but anybody's can ride a bike in a straight line.
Yeah,
You work
but
on
he's
circles.
got a good circle game too. Like he's got
Regular
control.
circles.
He's got.
Let me see them high
What do
chair
you want to see?
circles.
Oh, you want to see? Some.
I want to see some high chair circles. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody can go in a, if you take anything from this podcast, your bike is made to ride in a fucking straight line.
True story.
Learn how to ride your shit in a fucking circle, doing the same shit you can in a straight line.
Yeah.
That's a one thing I want you to take from this fucking video. Because that shit's annoying as fuck. Like, oh, I'm a killer. Yeah, anybody can ride his shit in a straight line.
Yeah, I like I said, I
In
always
second gear.
I always preach well-rounded.
Right.
You have to be well-rounded in order to, if you're gonna give yourself that claimed, title.
Killer.
Yeah, then be well-rounded.
Right.
Like you have to be able to do everything.
Right.
But yeah, no, there's definitely a lot of dudes like, and I feel like there's a lot of dudes that are that I can recall as just all back in the day riders. Like I remember
Right.
watching like Junkyard Kenny, Down Steve.
Steve.
Yeah, like
Guru.
yeah.
The guys that we watched on the freeways at ROC running from the cops and the roadblocks and shit like that, they got us amped up to hit the freeways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like now every single ride that you go to is all streets.
all streets, red light to red light, first, second gear, which is cool, but like even like going back when you're on the highway and then their dudes are doing rolling burnouts.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
you're
yeah.
Like
flying,
Brian.
and
Yeah.
you're smashing from lane to lane. That's like we do rolling burnouts and stuff like that, and that's when I used to really go hard with the rolling burnouts.
I forgot what ride of the century it was, but the dude on the stretch Gixxer, that shit.
Graham.
Grampion.
Was that who it was?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was Grampion.
Fucking-
Yeah.
Watch it's another one.
And
like,
he was doing sit downs on it too, right? Or-
Dude,
he was
sit
mur-
down, all
sit
that
down-
shit, bro.
So actually, that ride I was there. He was switching on and off. He had his Cowie and the
The Gixxer.
Gixxer, and he had his boy on the jigsaw, and he was switching off constantly.
He was killing it.
And let me tell
you,
and Graham is someone who, when I went out there, not only is he just a humble guy, the absolute most humble, polite dude, he's a straight killer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And like,
he's a slept-on killer because he's so focused on his business, his career, and his family that if he can make it to one ride, it's going to be ROC or Florida.
That's what it was.
He makes it count 100%.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like he can go a year hiatus and come back just like the same videos from 2014 and beyond.
And it's crazy because I don't know what his Instagram is, but like he doesn't have that many followers.
Grampion 1.
Well, no, I don't know like what his like.
I think it's less than 10K.
It's either they're not on Instagram or they don't have a big following.
Right.
And it's like
just like Skittles.
Yeah, and those are people that should have those crazy following because like if you see them ride in person, like when I seen them ride in person, I was like, yo,
what the fuck is this old man?
These dudes are violent. Like he's high chair on the highway scraping and we're moving. It's not like
and not just quick scrape,
he's
long
dragging.
scrapes.
Yeah, he's dragging. So it's like those are the dudes that we grew up watching, and that's the stuff that like we need to bring back.
But that's a bar that we set for everybody else. And nowadays, if you have a good camera and somebody to hold that camera and lens in front of you, like that's what's going to boost your following. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are more in it for the aesthetic speeds of it as far as visually wise, and not the actual skill and how complicated the trick is, to actually push the sport further. Because a lot of people, like I said, are just stuck in the streets,
Yeah, no, 100%, and I could definitely say we fell victim into that too because we don't.
Wait, so where's Graham from? Is he from St. Louis? Because he is a natural on that freeway.
He's not from St. Louis.
He's down south.
It's some South state.
Yeah,
I don't know the
Is it
exact
Alabama?
state.
Is it Alabama?
I don't want to say it's Alabama. There's hella racists out there.
He's like, I don't want it to be.
I hope not.
He's somewhere down. We gotta look that up and get back to it. But he, and like I said, he's someone that is you sit down and talk to him like.
Oh yeah.
The most humble guy.
Yeah, I did a video. I want to say like 3 Chicagos ago, at Brian's ride, and I told him, I was like, bro, you're one of the idols that I looked up to as far as riding. I go, that's why my bike has always been green and blue. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're one of the biggest aspects that I looked up as far as stunt riding. And he's like, man, that means a lot to me, especially coming from you. He goes, but I don't even try to get that kind of clout or following or, to I'd say like be anybody's inspiration.
Yeah, he's just doing it because
I just have fun doing it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Fuck.
I just pop out. I just pop out, pop a pill, and fucking get to work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, dude, like that means more to me than anything else.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people don't have that mindset. Like I go out and ride every once in a while just to have fun. And when I go to the lot, when my bike's done, like I go out to try to learn something new. I don't go out to try to get. Like, I don't give a fuck if anybody films me because nobody films me anyways. I go out to try to learn something new because that's what motivates me to go next weekend or the weekend after. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To try to progress my own progress at my own pace as far as being the best rider that I wanted to be. And I've already set goals for myself in this scene. And I've already reached all my goals, but now it's just like I just want to make sure I still got it.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think for me, I kind of hit when I first got into this, I didn't think I'd be as good as I was.
Right.
I was like,
in my own mind.
Yeah. I was like, I'll be happy with just circles.
Right.
Got circles, and I was like, I was watching dudes drift. Like I was watching like stunt bumps.
Yeah.
I'm watching these guys.
Fuck.
Yeah. Like I was at one of the original lots that they were at, and watching them drift, and I'm like, I'll never do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then you start trying it, and I was like,
I can actually get this.
Yeah. Like I actually went past like a lot of the shit that I didn't.
Set goals.
I didn't even think I can do, and now it's like, I've done it. I still do a few things, but it's like now I'm just like I'm chilling.
So like my trick for the whole stunt riding thing, especially in the parking lot, was watchtowers. So like that was one trick that only a handful of people can do that I wanted to accomplish. So in 2014, when I did it, I
remember. I remember I think that was like one of the first conversations that we've had.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing you do it, and I was like, I said something and you were like, do it, try it. And I was like, yeah, right.
Yeah,
I was like,
you know what I'm saying?
that's fucking Mousetrap City for me.
Exactly. A lot of people won't do it, and so that's like one thing that set the bar away for me there. I was like, cool, I actually accomplished something that a lot of people can't do because, I'm not going to be the next Jason Britton. I'm not going to be the next 50 Cent or Eminem or anything like that as far as the industry wise. But, that's something that a lot of people can't do that I still have under my belt that I'm sitting waiting for everybody to do like they do Ralph Louis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we go to law, that's the first thing you see everybody do is Ralph Louis.
Yeah.
Or double peg scrapes. We ain't gonna go into that conversation. Shit. Maybe we will later.
Don't talk about my Ralph Louis. They good. My Ralph Louis look good.
I want to see Ralph Louis knee drags because I was doing those at ROC or Beat the Heat in 2017.
Do you see how tall I am?
You got that. I'm not gonna say her name, but when I was doing Frogger foot drags, this chick was like, oh, I can't do that. And I was motivated. I was like, you got it. Like, all it is mind over matter. And then, like, 2 weeks later, she ended up doing it. And I was like, yo, I'm super juiced for you. But now that bitch don't fuck with me. So. Fuck her. Why? Hold on. All right, what are some tricks that you think people... I'm not fucking giving... See, people hit me up for ideas all the time.
Hell yeah.
And I give them fucking ideas.
Just
and then
fucking
I don't get any credit for it.
Yeah.
I don't get no credit for shit that I do. You know how many people I've put in position that have just fucking forgot about me? It's fucking sad.
I haven't done that.
It's sad. What?
I shout you out on everything.
I just fuck with you.
I sat there, I was like, what?
Yeah, let's get into it. What?
What'd you do?
No, but there's.
If anything, I did it right. I did it the right way. The homie told me you were. He felt like you got left out on something. Remember?
Right. No, I agree.
That's when I reached. I feel like folks don't do that anymore.
But that's the thing. Like,
that guy.
So that's another thing that I want to talk about. So like, a lot of people don't shout out their homies. And like one thing that I've always done that I've always not based myself on, but I always pride myself on is being proud of my homies that have started a business, learned a new trick, crashed and still lived, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So a lot of the time, like you don't even see females doing too much of it, but a lot of homies don't give their homies shout outs.
Yeah. Support. I see a lot of support those that support you.
Right.
Right. And then it very quickly turns into, hey, bro, like, can you hook me up? It's like, no, like, why don't you pay the full price? Like, I think we've all seen those memes where it's like, you'll support this one at full price. You support
Gucci, but you won't support your boy small.
Yeah, yeah. I think I always try to see who I know that can help me, either if I have to purchase something, or the service that they're going to provide. I always try to kind of see if there's somebody that I know.
Yeah, if my homie's a plumber and I have a problem with my toilet, I'm gonna call him.
Yeah, I never ever look. I never look for anything for free. I've always like, yo, what do I owe you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not like, yo, dog, like, before I even say anything, yo,
better price.
You're gonna hook me up, right? Like, that ain't it. I could tell you firsthand from someone who's ran a motorcycle shop. I had a lot of friends that, listen, I got mad love for them, but they're assuming that I was free, or they're like, the first thing is like, I got the homie price, right? Like, dog, I have overhead. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got employees to pay. I got parts to buy.
You're bringing me your bike one time. Like, I'm sorry, but like, this is business, right. Like, and you're supposed to be happy to pay that because clearly you couldn't do it yourself.
Right. So
it's either me or another shop.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna hit you in the head, but don't try to fucking hit me in the head. Like, my time's not free. Like, come on, man.
And that's the thing. Like, I worked at, Craze's shop in San Fernando Valley. Check out Craze Motorsports if you need bike work in the Valley in LA.
And that is a prime example of
I worked there for, I want to say like 2 or 3 years. And, people would come in there. They don't know who I am because I ain't shit. But people would go in there like, oh, yeah, I know Craze. Now, I've known Craze 10 plus years. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen a Craze's birthday party. You know what I'm saying?
I've never at the baby shower.
Yeah, I've never seen never seen you anywhere in my life. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. But like, yo, yeah, Craze got my back, this, that, and the other. And like, bro, I'll call this motherfucker right now and make sure that this is settled price. And that's one thing that they liked about me running the shop because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I had one guy that's huge on TikTok, like big time TikTok, like gobbler dude. Fucking.
That guy's so fucking annoying.
Yeah, so I'll give you a perfect example. This guy came to the
annoying.
shop and he goes, "Yo, I want to get my tire changed too." So I was like, "All right, say less." So I went out, changed his tire, and I told him the straight price for it. And he was like, "Yo, Cray said it was this price," and I was like, "I bet you it's not." You know what I'm saying?
It ain't now.
I guarantee you it's not.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Nah, like Cray's told me this," and I was like, "All right, hold on." So I called Cray's, and he was like, "Yeah, that's not the price." He didn't say anything about a tire change. So
Yeah.
best believe I'm calling my guy,
Yeah.
and I'm making sure
100%.
this shit gets done. So like I said, I just had my bike service at his shop because he has a great mechanic there. So I kept calling Chris like, "Yo, bro, how much do I owe you and your mechanic? Because I know you got a baby, you got a house to pay for, you got a shop to pay for, lights to keep on, parts to order, this, that, and the other." Even though I brought all my own parts, and he's like, "No, Papa, I got you." I was like, "That's cool, but how much do I owe you, bro?"
9 out of the 10 times, if you're loyal to your boy and you're putting money in his pocket,
Right.
he's gonna hook you up.
100%.
And there's gonna be times where it's yo, don't worry about it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's one hand washes the other.
Exactly.
And people don't understand that. They want that one-time hookup fee. And it's like, dude, like that's not how it works.
Right. And that's the thing, like, so Bella seats, they for my ZX10, they gave me, my seat for free, for some shout outs, this and the other. And that was over a year and a half ago. Still to this day, I have them in my link in bio. I have them in my every post that I make sure that I shout them out because I appreciate every person that's ever helped me out through this whole thing.
Yeah.
And I have no problem paying. I may not have the money right now, and I'll wait on the product. Same thing with Cock Stunt Parts. You see what I'm saying? Like they sent me a cage, and I've always shouted them out in every post that I've ever had, or anything like that. And one thing, like I said, that's with Cox. That's an actual rider that owns a business.
Yeah. Owner, operator,
and actually a part of the community that we're a part of. So I'm always, anytime I see a post, yo, who makes the best cage? Hit up Cox. And that's not just saying that because they helped me out, but because he knows if you have a problem with your cage, he's gonna fix it.
No, we actually had this conversation because I have, the podcast, but my personal bike, I have the Cox cage. And I was saying, like, yo, I keep snapping the threaded rod.
Right.
And
same. I had the same problem.
Yeah, and you spoke to him, and he was like, no, listen, you need to use this one.
Right.
It was a special one, and it's stronger, and blah, 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 and fix the problem. And that's custom service. That's, and that's us being able to, like, because now, if you didn't, talk to him or know him like that, or if you didn't know of his company as well as you did, you'd just be like, "Oh yeah, that sucks." And then now you go out and you're like, "Oh, the fucking it's always snapping, the rods and this and that." And now you get a bad name, and that's why it's very important, like we said in the last podcast, to make sure you're out there and you are, communicating with your customers.
Right. And that's the thing. Like a lot of these companies are not in the scene, so they get a bad comment, bad review, and they just delete that shit, Where as far as Cox, like, yo, I had a problem with the same thing like I had a problem with my rod snapping, and he goes, yo, Gage Sutton had the same problem. It was because his engine mounts were loose. So I went through my bike, my engine mounts were loose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the difference between being a part of the scene and knowing your product and knowing how it works and how your sponsored riders, I've had the same issue to help solve that issue. Not just, oh man, that sucks. Good luck with what you got to deal with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There was, so one of the cage companies, right, that give lifetime warranties, I bent the cage, like folded this shit.
Yeah.
All right. Sent the picture. I was like, yo, Doug, like, I fucked the cage up. And he was like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
He's
Good
like,
luck.
He's like, I could send you the other half of it. I was like, sick.
Yeah.
Like, thanks. Like, so
Thanks.
what was the point of the warranty? You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, lifetime warranty. Okay, great.
That's just the gaslighting to get you to buy their product.
Dog. Like, whatever.
But that's the thing. Like, that's why a lot of these companies, it sucks because, a lot pay for the following. A lot will throw out free product, this, that, and the other. Where it's like, you're not part of the scene. You're not help building the scene. You're just trying to get as much as you can out of the scene. Now, I get it. You're trying to make a profit. You're trying to make money, this, that, and the other. But it's like, yo, if you don't understand how we work, how the scene works, because this scene is fucking changing every day.
Yep.
The scene has a bunch of crybabies in it nowadays. Has a bunch.
You could be hot one day, then trash the next.
Has a bunch of victims in it. This, that, and the other. Where it's like, you're not going to last that long, because how many companies have we seen come into the scene and then fuck some people over, disappear, and then change the name and try to come back out?
Yeah.
You know,
little name swap, real
right?
quick.
Name swap,
Yeah.
and this, that, and the other. Where it's like, yo, you didn't change anything. You just changed your name. Like that's it. And you're expecting everybody to take shit differently, and that's funny, because a lot of people don't. They look past that and they'd be like, oh, well, it's a new product, new this, that, and the other, and they'll sit there and be sponsored by them. There's a company like Nick that likes to post. Nick had a bad situation with his one of his parts that he bought from a company, and Nick goes ham with his posts and makes sure.
Well, he did give him the option to make it right.
No, yeah, he
was like, hey, like, dude, like, what's up with this, and then it was kind of like I don't know what you want me to do type shit.
Well, I mean, I talked to the owner of the company. He was like, yo, I gave him the option, like, you can send it back and get a new one, or he can, get it fixed and we'll pay for it.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, that's cool, but Nick's out of money, out of time, out of this build, I
remember it was the whole powder coat.
Right, powder coat. And I mean, think about this, like, the company that makes frames.
Yeah.
How many people do you think have sent out frames that's a major piece? You can't ride a motorcycle without a frame.
You're not like, all right, well, I'll wait till my other I'll use my other frames.
And it's not like people have frames just sitting around waiting to, so they can go ride. So there's people that have been waiting years plus for a frame that, they paid buku amount of dollars for this motorcycle and they can't ride it.
Yeah.
And that's what I had a friend of mine that, was going through that same scenario, and it's like, yo, I paid $1,200 for this frame and I still haven't gotten it. It's been a year. It's like,
I'm still waiting on a round bar from fucking 2013.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you can't say that. We're not going to deframination.
No, I say.
I think so. Oh.
But it's like
Boom's just making noises in the background.
He's making old man noises.
Yeah.
But it's sad that companies will take advantage of of people like that in their own community. But at the same aspect, it's like nobody else is out there doing it, so they can do that. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
There's only 2 frame companies in the fucking world that make frames, and one has titles and the other one doesn't.
No, they both have titles.
Oh, they do?
Yeah, they both.
I didn't know
I
the other
feel like
one.
the other one cracks a lot. I don't know.
The other one,
I'll be honest. I've had both, and as far as like fitment and like functionality and stuff like that, like I didn't have an issue. The only issue I've had was time frames. Time frames. That would be the biggest issue. But for both,
one is always faster than the others.
Yeah. That's definitely sure. Granted, some are better than there's some things that on some of the frames that are better on one versus the other. So they honestly, I look at them personally almost in the same, because you have some good and bad, and then some good and bad in the other one. So you're kind of in the same range. I know a lot of people have their preferences,
right?
But for me personally, I think it's the same. Either one you go with.
And a lot of people, like I said, the time frame is the biggest issue. Know? And like if I was the only one in the world that made chocolate chip cookies and I had 10,000 order for chocolate chip cookies and I already got your money, I really wouldn't care how fast I sent your cookies.
Yeah, it's like whatever.
And so that's the thing. Like if you're a welder and you know how to weld some frames, you want a money market, I need 10% whenever you start that business.
But go through the trial and error.
100% before you start selling your first shit. Because I mean, it's the same thing with tanks.
Yo, dude.
Jeez. How many companies have those been passed through the
community? We had a whole live of my fucking issues.
I did a whole live on Stunt News about people buying tanks and not ever receiving them, right? And I did a post about it also.
There's a lot.
A lot, bro.
There was the tank issue was just an issue all around.
Yeah.
Like you had people not getting their shit. You had people sending their shit out and never receiving it, or sending your shit out, getting it back, and it was fucked up.
Oh, yeah, I remember yours.
I went through that fucking issue, and then I had a
not only that, they'll make it for other people first, right?
Right. Yeah.
There's
for bigger names other than you, they would send their tanks out first within 3-day turnaround type.
Yeah,
thing.
I had sent the tank out. It sat there for months. Didn't bust the guy's balls. Like, I know how this shit goes.
Right.
Like, I've been in this. I know that you get overwhelmed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is. But then it's like, I see you're doing tanks in a day for somebody,
especially my own city.
Yeah. Like they did it. They had their shit back within a week because they had a vagina.
Right.
You're corny. I bugged out. Okay, send my shit back. Cool. I sent it to somebody else. That guy did it. Got it back within a good time frame. Cool. Got it back. Fucking cap was fucked up.
Yeah.
Couldn't use it. Cool. Sent it back. He lost my tank. Lost it. Gave me a whole bullshit story. Oh yeah, I don't know. This and that, blah, blah, blah. We had the live. I was like, yeah, I still don't have my tank. Then it was like a week or so later, he actually located the tank.
Crazy.
And he sent it back, and I actually got it. And I was like, whatever. Like, after that guy, I don't think that guy's ever done another tank after that.
And it's funny because like everybody, like I know a lot of people that I got their money back for them because of that whole situation.
Yeah.
And not a single one of you motherfuckers spent $1 on Stunt News, and I got you $300 fucking dollars. So fuck all you motherfuckers.
Yeah, buy something.
But that was a big topic because like I said, I know a lot of people. That's another major piece. You can't ride without a tank.
Yeah. And it's not something that people have extras of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like after that situation, I have a tank sitting there just in case anything happens, because it's like
the homie's traumatized.
Yeah, dude.
It's a major piece.
And actually, it's crazy enough because now I had a ride that I had to go to, borrowed a tank from someone else. The fuel pump was fucked up. So I switch into 50-50, I'm on the highway and like third gear, doing like 40.
On the highway doing 40.
Yeah. It wasn't. Hey, listen, I wasn't setting the pace. All right. I go to switch into high chair. Bike cuts off on me. I went straight to the floor. Fucking wrecked the bike. It's like all because now it's like I'm using somebody else's tank, somebody else's pump.
And you're trusting their shit.
I'm trusting their shit, and it's something that I know. Like I didn't know what was. I should have probably thought about it, but it's not something that you think about. You're just in a rush. You're like, fuck, I need a tank. Throw it on, and sure enough, I crashed because of it.
Right.
So it's like, shit like that. You really like. So if you're like a company, like make sure you go through your trial and error,
because people's lives actually depend on what you're doing. Just like gun companies, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't build a gun and just send it out and be like, yeah, you should be good.
This will work. This should be all right.
Yeah.
You're like,
this will hold a 50 cal. Don't worry about it.
You're not gonna go on a roller coaster that when they sent out the dummy test and they came back with 10 out of the 20, you're not going to be like,
should work.
Half is good.
Yeah, right.
Half is good.
Yeah.
You
Shout out to Supermoto Slut.
Yeah, he fixes the roller coasters. Yeah, but
oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Oh,
yeah, he works at fucking the hotel.
One of the hotels that has roller coasters in it.
Oh shit.
And
that's why all those
now I
videos
get
are
all.
Yeah, that's why I don't go on those roller coasters.
Yeah.
I know
100%.
who fixes them.
Yeah. But no, if you run a company, if you decide to start a company, make sure that you do 20,000 prototypes, tests, trials and errors before you sit there and try to make your brand big, because one fuck up could end your whole fucking career.
Yeah.
100%. Because
it can really fuck somebody else up too.
Oh, yeah. Not just because of their bike won't run, but because they're wheeling on the freeway and they eat shit, get ran over by a semi. You know what I'm saying? Like that's fucked. That's something you don't want on your
no,
conscience.
You definitely don't.
You know? But that's one thing, because I mean, nowadays a lot of people are trying to start small businesses in this industry, to try to sell to riders, whether it be merchandise. I mean, a lot of people ain't selling parts nowadays.
I think they realize that because of how quick you can go, how quick it can go bad, they just like, you know what?
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
I mean, you can sell 20 amazing products and have one bad one, and that'll put you under the table.
That's a fact. That's why like a lot of corporations, they go off the reviews and shit like that. They're really big on that because, also people won't take the time out to tell you how good something is. They'll only tell you how bad it is.
Right.
Like you get a cage, you put it on, it fits perfect, it works great. You're not gonna be like, you know what? I'm gonna write a review.
Right.
There are some people that do, but
I just want to go ride.
Yeah. They're like, all right, cool, I'm excited now. But you have problems, you're getting frustrated. The first thing you think of is, I'm gonna talk my shit.
Right.
And it's like, so you have to remember that. You have to make sure that your shit is good so that you don't get that.
Right. Oh, so let's talk about handbrakes on Harleys.
Oh, wasn't that like a whole big situation?
Hooligan was talking about it on the Get Vertical podcast with Dre and Bruce. I mean, Jason Pullen's been doing this shit since 09, 05. I don't even probably before that. But a lot of people hate on Harleys with handbrakes because they say it's cheating. Now, for me, I've never heard of anybody that knows how to use a handbrake call it cheating.
Yeah, I think that's so. The way that I look at it is like this, like that street bikes don't come with handbrakes.
Right.
You're putting that on. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would like at this point of the Harley game, like we see how fast it progressed and everybody loves them because how fucking gay they are. I mean, how easy they are. Whatever. Right. But they're doing shows and stuff, and it's like, all right, you guys are doing the same tricks, like. Bro. It's time to evolve with it. Like, how many fucking rev limiter burnouts and how many tires you're gonna go through? It's like, we get it. You're gonna spin off the line. It's gonna hook. You're gonna wheelie it. You're gonna scrape. You're gonna fucking throw your hand on the floor. Whoop-de-fucking do. It's like, at this point, like either evolve with the sport just like sport bikes did, or just get back on a sport bike and bring back the cool shit again.
So I did an interview with Sit Down Steve, I want to say like 3 or 4 years ago at ROC. And, we were talking about the same topic. And I asked him, I was like, why are you against handbrakes on Harleys? And he told me the straight truth. He was like, right now, all the old timers, because Harleys have been around for 100 plus years.
Yeah.
Sport bikes really haven't. So a lot of people, that are in their 60s, 70s, 80s with that retired money, have the money to blow on Harley stunt shows, see these kids doing these events, and that's all they want to see: burnouts and wheelies.
Yeah, I think his words were it was fast and loud.
Fast and loud, exactly. Perfect.
Yeah, because I remember watching it, and it makes a great point.
100%. Yeah.
Like I get it. But when you're going into the more technical versions of it now, like if you're doing a show,
right,
cool, fast, loud, make all the noise. But now they're doing competitions, and it's like you're doing the competition.
And the one that Brian did, he didn't even place, and he was
because he had a handbrake.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And now, mind you, so now you're doing a stunt competition,
right?
And you're telling me that a stunt rider is not placing because he had a handbrake?
And not just Brian. I mean, Samoan Bruce, he's on a bagger with a handbrake on it. Doing knee drags and doing this, that, and the other. And that's
which is cool to see.
Oh, it's awesome.
You're doing more shit. You're changing it up. That's exactly what a stunt competition is.
That's what new sport is.
And I think people would be amazed, seeing a bagger wheelie.
Yeah,
one thing,
I remember there was
a fucking knee drag on it.
I don't even know who the dude's name. It was he was on a Harley, a bagger, and we were at ROC. It was one of the last years I went.
Brandon Malott.
Was it?
Either that or Corey.
I forget. He was trying to circle it. He was trying to circle it.
I think it was Brandon Malott.
He was the black and red one.
I want to say it's Brandon.
Maybe. And he was like, this was 2019.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
And he was trying to circle it, and like, it's like, you see that and you're like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy's trying to do something different. He's trying to, push the limit. And that's exactly what this sport started with, was pushing your limits. And now you guys want to complain about like handbrakes?
I mean, you can put in Harley Stunt as a hashtag, and you're going to see the same thing. You're going to see hand drags, crazy Larrys, one-handed wheelies, hold the tank, no throttle hands, and that's about it.
Yeah.
There's only a handful of people out here, that are dragging helmet, that are doing knee drags.
Throwing the tandem, like fucking pulling.
I mean, pulling's just a Michael Jordan of the whole Harley game. Yeah. I mean, there's not a single person out there in the whole world, even in fucking Brazil.
His control. I remember
touch him.
I remember he posted his GoPro footage of the setup, of the scissoring of him when he rides, and his fingers are just constantly moving. You're like,
that's the thing with the Harleys, because I've ridden his bike with the handbrake, and he was like, yo, go show me what you got on my Sporty. So I was like, all right, I did a knee drag on this shit, and I was like, yo, this thing is hard as fuck to circle, because you have to have the clutch all the way in and to be able to circle, because he doesn't have his idle up.
Yeah, okay.
See what I'm talking about, Boom? See what I'm talking about? So with that, I guess we'll come to an end with this podcast. The next one, we're going to try to have a guest on here.
Yeah.
because we definitely knew one of those third-person party.
We almost had a guest.
We almost did, but he went to jail too.
Yeah. After he did a fucking
Yo, he
side
cartwheeled.
flip.
We'll bring that up in the next podcast for sure.
But that will
I
get
want to
you.
hear his thoughts on the whole ordeal. That's
no, for sure, 100%. So yeah, make sure that you like, subscribe, share this. If you saw a reel that you actually felt and think that the community needs to, go ahead and repost that, because that's the only way we're going to spread the knowledge that we're giving out here of the game that we're throwing out to y'all, see if y'all can catch, to bring awareness to the scene. Because like I said, we're not here to make friends. We're here to tell the truth and not sit here and be a motivational podcast. We're here to actually
Talk that shit.
Yeah, talk the shit. Talk to the shit and say the truth about that other people are scared to talk about. Because I feel like a lot of the podcasts are, I don't want to say spreading positivity, but
they tiptoe.
Right,
They
tiptoeing,
They
sugarcoating the way that, the scene really is or how they act. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I
if
love the motivational shit, but sometimes I just want.
Motivational. There's nothing wrong with it,
But
But
I just want to feel what I'm going through.
a lot of this scene isn't cupcakes and rainbows.
Yeah,
you know what I
exactly.
mean. And I think that the shit that we talk about is absolutely none of that. you know?
No, definitely not. Definitely. I think we're more like in the actual depths of
the truth, the red pill, I guess they want to call it, because
One
we're,
pill?
like I said, we're not sitting here saying, you can do it. You can start a business.
Stop doing what you're doing. And
This is-
stunt ride.
Yeah, this is how you should do a double pig scrape. No, like we've been in the scene for a long time. We've seen a lot of people come and go through this industry and a lot of people not last. And, so that's why I want to sit here and make sure that y'all understand that this is the truth. This is from 3 guys that have been in the scene for a good amount of time, that have seen a lot of shit that has gone wrong, a lot of shit that's changed the scene, a lot of shit that needs to change in the scene that, people are scared to talk about.
Yeah, facts, definitely. Yeah.
So make sure you like, subscribe. If you are a subscriber or paid Patreon of this YouTube, the first 10 people will get a pair of Heatwave visual sunglasses. And every month we're going to be doing giveaways. I'm talking to a couple of companies, maybe give away cages, clutch levers, stuff like that. Free shirts never really appeased to me, So, let's give you guys something that's useful instead of a fucking shirt, because you can go to Walmart and get a shirt for $3.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And
And then also, I feel like this is going to be one of those places where we actually going to read the comments.
Yeah,
So
100%. Yeah.
Drop some comments. See, like, if you guys have ideas, if there's something that you want to get on, like that you want a topic that you want to talk about, throw it in there.
Yeah, and eventually, hopefully for the next podcast, we'll be able to work on getting you guys a phone number that you're able to call and get your voice heard on this as well. As far as, going back and forth, because like I said, Tommy and I can play both sides of the coin. We see both sides of the aspects. We've been in the industry, so we can go the mile with you on how you feel and your thought process on situations and stuff like that.
Especially if you disagree with us.
Oh, I love it when people disagree.
Disagree with us.
Yeah.
Honestly, that'd be funny as
That'd
hell.
be great.
For that, you guys have the patience.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Yeah.
And I don't put my feelings in it either. A lot of people do. I wonder how many people are going to hang up.
I'll just be here for like a
trash.
Forget it. Yeah.
My point's not getting taken. They're not understanding, But
We're professional arguers.
Yeah, 100%. So I think that, we're going to work on getting you guys a phone number. And the only people that will get the phone number is if you're a paid subscriber to this podcast. So that way your voice can be heard. And like I said, just because you pay, we're going to make sure that it's worth it for you guys. I have a special promo code for the people that subscribe to us for Scrape City. It's going to get you 15+% off on titanium. So that right there is already a big come up. I'm working out with few other companies, helmet brands, cage companies. Like I said, anybody can buy shirts. I'm not trying to get you guys shirt companies or a free, care package on a hoodie type shit. Like, I'm trying to get you guys stuff that's useful. So whether it be, I'm working on tires, I'm working on oil changes, because I know a lot of you guys don't do fucking oil changes, which you need to. Clutches, and it may be, you might be a winner that we might pick out. What could you use for your bike? And, we can go from that aspect.
It's going to be rigged. I better be the fucking winner.
No, absolutely not.
Tommy, you got merch you want to give away?
I got shirts and stuff, I think, somewhere.
We're not doing
Stash,
shirts.
But we're not. That's about all I got.
We're not doing shirts. We're going to make sure that you guys have some shit that's actually useful and not just a fucking stupid shirt and a sticker.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do my best to make sure you guys have something that's of value for you participating and being involved with this whole scene and what we're trying to bring the light to, basically. So yeah, make sure you check out realstuntnews.com. Make sure you check out the Instagram, the YouTube that this is going to be platformed on, and more to come. Like I said, we're going to be reading the comments and we will be replying to the comments. So if you got something to say, feel free, because we got all day, baby. Nothing but time. But yeah, much love, respect. Shout out to my guy Boom for keeping this rolling behind the cameras and all the work that he's been putting in and editing and stuff like that. So yeah, anything else?
Nah, yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
For shizzle, y'all stay blessed and stay motivated and don't take shit from nobody.
Peace.
Peace.